Mike Tyson should burn in hell for what he does. I got Mike Tyson again. It always sets off a bad set of results. And I blame this man. I've never seen anybody before Mike Tyson do it actually do the crap where we're going to kick the field goal and then we can kick onside and throw a Hail Mary. And when they do it, all the announcers go, "Oh, this is really smart. This is what the analytics say to do. You kick the field goal first." Which, first of all, if you do it with 1:30 left, okay, I got it because you still got time to make a couple plays, whatever. When you do it with 10 seconds left, it's a jackass move, and it has never worked. The Mike Tyson move only exists to backdoor cover in garbage time.
Yeah.
Scumbag. Never forgive Mike Tyson for what he has done to the sport of football.
Yeah.
If there is a hell, he should burn in it forever. One of the worst leagues to ever coach.
Yeah.
Any level of football.
Yeah. It's an awful thing, and should never be tolerated. You're right. There's no.
I'm sure, like Uncle Luke lost a bet on a Pee Wee League football game because someone had a 6-year-old kick a 4-yard field goal.
It should lead to an automatic suspension for the season and maybe lifetime ban. A lifetime ban with a chance to ask for reinstatement.
Any coach who does the cowardly Mike Tyson move should deeply be ashamed of himself.
Let's put some points on the board.
The time. Wake up with Defo, joined by Lubie. Welcome to the Defo Show.
The Matt LaFleur thing in that Green Bay game against Tampa Bay, wasn't that the biggest atrocity?
Yeah, they had Aaron Rodgers. It was like 4th down. They were down 10. It was like a minute, with like a minute.
And they were near the goal line. They were somewhere
on like the 3. And they had gone stymied 3 straight plays, and Rodgers wanted the ball, and he did that. But again, you rarely get the ball on an onside kick. Let them get the ball on an onside kick and then go and get a
I believe none have worked so far this year. It's not a large number. It's only been like 6 or 7 attempts. But I believe
try it anymore.
4, yeah. Well, I have to announce it, which, look, in those late game strategies, if you've just gone for a field goal and you're still down 7 points or 8, then you know that the onside kick is coming if you're inside of even 2 minutes, I would imagine. So it's not like it's any secret. So the fact that they have to announce the onside kick, now they line up differently for it also.
Yeah,
you don't have everybody on one side of the field anymore.
Yeah, it's bogus.
They've essentially taken the onside kick out of the game.
Yep.
So that makes it even more ridiculous, more outrageous, more if they were going to go crystal ball-esque, I guess, would be the way to describe it, if you're going to use that strategy. Because you have almost no shot of coming back. I look at it this way. If there's a minute or so in the game, Lubie, and you have the ball at the 35, and maybe you go for the field goal there. But if you're inside the 20-yard line, if you're in the so-called fabled red zone, that's going to be, in all likelihood, your best chance to score the touchdown. And if you don't get it, you're not going to win the game anyway.
Yep.
And if you're going to follow the Herm Edwards philosophy of you play to win the game, but that was it, right? I mean, you could see the exasperated look on Aaron Rodgers' face. Not exactly a guy who's insensitive and not inclined to just go ahead and outwardly express his disgust with what appeared to be a lame coaching decision. Now, maybe ego gets in the way there sometimes, and you're thinking, oh, this is just Aaron Rodgers being an asshole. But in that case, he was dead on, spot on right. And Matt LaFleur, a highly respected coach by virtually everybody. Look, he's got Green Bay off to a 2-0 start now, and everybody's thinking they're going to be among the best teams in the NFC. But can you shake off one bozoic decision and just drop that from your resume? The non-kneel down in the Georgia Tech game by Mario Cristobal standing up. It is universal, by the way, Lubie. I was on some guy's radio show in Louisville yesterday around 2 o'clock. And I mentioned the Cristobal factor, and they started howling because they say, yeah, we talk about that all the time. It's not a good coach. He's
not a good coach. I mean, look, they're winning because they're getting big enough leads that he can't ruin it. But it's not like the Notre Dame. We see Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not scary this year.
No.
That kid, if he woke up a little earlier, Notre Dame wins that game.
They crept right back into the game. That being said, Lubie, there's a lot of confidence in the University of Miami, not as much in the Miami Dolphins as the Dolphins take the field tonight. We will have the Trivia Challenge, by the way, coming up on the show. Dave Gurggles Gergely And join us here probably, about 15 minutes or so, somewhere in that neighborhood.
25, yep.
So you can feel free to get involved there. We always enjoy the competition. It's the spirit of the competition, I think.
And it's fun. People don't.
Show
It's
goes.
I get it. It's morning. People are going into work. It's 3
Do people
minutes.
still going to work?
People do. I know it's weird when I find out people go to work. They do go to work.
Are we having to drive to work, Lubie?
I
I'm
did not
calling you from
enjoy
the
the
highway.
work.
Oh, geez, I'm screwed. It looks
did
like
not
you're going to have to start the show. And I
No,
was
this
pretty
is-
good about this. You know my philosophy on this sort of thing. Just show up at post time for the show. Don't give me any excuses. This is Jimmy Johnson-esque. If you're a second late for a meeting, you may as well just pack your bags and go. You're going to be on a waiver wire.
Yep.
I do believe that. It's not as if I've rarely not been at a show at post time. But there are certain conditions and circumstances that are beyond your control. I mean, if all of a sudden the road that you take, which are there any alternate routes in South Florida when the traffic personnel?
no,
There are no alternate
goes
routes.
everywhere.
Wherever you're going, you're screwed if it's blocked. Well, you could take 441. BS. There's no way it's just, I don't know. Is that true in other towns? Some other places you might be able to take an alternate route. This is straight up and down.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a certain male appendage, the entire state, and we're at the part of it where it's straight up and down. There is no sideways, east-west. You do have people living out west, and those people I feel very sorry for whenever I'm on 595 at either end of rush hour, Libby, which I try to dodge like the plague. But whenever somebody suggests in a traffic report, well, we suggest an alternate route, there are no alternate routes unless you have a boat. That's the only way to go. So anyway, that being said, there may be some traffic heading for the stadium on Saturday, and everybody in the handicapping column here, the college football handicapping grid, I have in my New York Post, unanimous, Lubie, Miami is going to cover 7.5.
Yeah. Once it went down, if it went up, would be my fear.
How was
But
it
again,
only 7.5? That spread
because
it's the rivalry and Napier's playing for his job.
bingo, the rivalry, the Gators will be desperate because again, the road ahead is not easier. The road ahead is teams that may not be ranked as high as Miami, but may be as good, if not better.
Well, when you're 1 and 2, though, as the Gators, when you're 1 and 2, and one of the losses is at the Swamp to South Florida,
yes,
there's no reason to look ahead. You need to
they're
do
desperate.
something about it. You need to do something about that right now. I'll never forget Joe Goosen saying that to Chico Corrales when he was fighting Juan Manuel Castillo, and he was getting the crap beat out of him, and the trainer's in the corner, and you're thinking, I don't even know how this guy's standing up, and he says, you better do something about this effing right now. And he turns around and he knocks his Jose Luis Castillo. Sorry about that. He turns around and he knocks him out. One of the great fights of all time. Don't you think that's the feeling the Gators have going into this game? They better do something about it right now.
Yeah. I mean, Napier's not safe. Napier.
Did they like it though? I mean, the players. I mean, you wouldn't know.
I don't know. I it's weird because they keep showing his all these other coaches that the Gator fans hated and the Gator program hated had way better records at this point than Napier. So no, most Gator fans were ready to get rid of him before this year.
Gator fans have been down on Napier, no question.
Yeah. They're not winning. I mean, and yes, the SEC is tougher than it already was. And yes, they've had these tough schedules, but it doesn't matter. So has all these other teams that found a way to win 9-10 games. Like Missouri was competitive last year. South Carolina was competitive last year. The Gators should be better than those programs. I mean, that's just reality. So yes, they're tough schedules, but they're supposed to be the team that wins when they're in a tough schedule. So they don't like Napier, as they shouldn't. And I said going in this year, I'm like, there's no way he keeps his job. Like when you look at the schedule, them getting to 7 wins was going to be really hard. And that's what he's done every year. So year 4, you get to 7 wins, he's going to be fired. Like you knew going into the year. Then they lose to USF. Then Mississippi State becomes a 3-0 team that's ranked. Like getting to 5 wins. And now FSU is a top 7 team. Miami, which was already good, is a top 5 team. Like getting to 5 wins seems really impossible.
How does Miami not hammer the Gators in this game?
Miami should win going away. And I think they will. But the one
are we deceiving ourselves here, Lubie?
No, I mean, I'm not betting on it, but if I was, I would put everything on the game. Again, the Gators can't do anything on offense. Their defense is the most physical defense that the Canes will have seen so far, but their offense hands the ball over. Like Lagway just does. That's just what he does. He wants to make plays that aren't there that he can't make. I mean, that interception at the end, they were still within 10 with 6 minutes left, and they were inside the 20. He throws it into triple coverage. Why? And he can run. He's a runner. Like, I get these guys in the pros learning to not run as much. In college, if you're a runner, run. Like, that's what makes FSU so hard, is because, he's little, but he's strong as hell, Castellanos, and he's fast, and he has a strong arm. So that in college is really hard to stop. Like, these guys holding themselves back from running is the dumbest thing. Like, when you have a guy triple covered, that means the whole field's wide open. That means you could throw it at either someone else who's open or just tuck in and run. Lagway doesn't do that. And I get it. These guys want to show their NFL expertise and blah, blah, blah. But if the play's there, make it. So many times these guys nowadays are like overthinking it and taking these chances that they don't. Arch is doing that a lot too. And that's why people think he's hurt. He can run. So run. Like, stop chucking it into triple coverage. And that's literally what Lagway does. And with the Canes defensive line, you would think he's going to be even more trouble. So I don't know. It's hard to fathom the Gators putting up much of a fight, but that's, I guess, where they're getting it from, is desperate coach, desperate team. Cristobal, if the game is tight, finds a way to squander away games that are tight.
That would be the big factor. So that's universal. The guys in Louisville all over the Cristobal factor. And they were all over the Mike McDaniel issue as well, which we will see come into focus tonight, sharp focus tonight, as the Dolphins go on the road, take on the Buffalo Bills in a Thursday night game. This is how bad it's gotten from a gambling standpoint, Lubie. The analyst here on BetSmart, the column that's always featured in the New York Post. By the way, there was an even divide in terms of taking. It's now 12 points. It was 12 and a hook. But now down to 12 points, double digits. I don't care who it is in the National Football League, unless it's a line going against the Saints right now. I'm thinking I'm taking double digits, and wow, what size omelet will I have on my face tomorrow by recommending that you take the Dolphins and the points in this game, Louie?
I'm not getting near that.
It's not a strong recommendation. It's just that if I was going to bet the game, I'd probably take the points and figure, is it not a similar situation? A desperate Dolphin team, they fall to 0-3. Rumors swirling about McDaniel. I don't know what to ever make about the idea that the guy's lost the team. Are the players just trampling McDaniel? He doesn't seem to be the kind of authoritative figure that could reel in guys that are all going in a separate direction. I mean, if this guy was leading the Boston Pops, there's no way that the tuba player's in sync with the guys that are playing the violin. What do you think, Libby? They have tubas in the Boston Pops? Yeah, I guess they do.
Probably, yeah.
Some guy in the back. It's always a fat kid, too. Fat kid was always a catcher or playing right field when you just only had 9 guys.
Hit the ball there.
That was always my thing, the fat kid in right field. But, I'm usually a tuba player. Mm-hmm. You don't see a lot of thin tuba players.
No, the tuba's heavy.
You just don't. I mean, when have you ever seen like a skinny, like waif-like tuba player? Never.
No, again, the tuba's heavy to carry. A thin 12-year-old trying to carry.
Want to take the tuba, Lubie, just to get a spot in the band?
Yes, it's the only thing that's available. You're the last one.
Like you're going to make the team.
Yeah, you just want to. Exactly. No one wants a tuba. It's heavy. It sounds. I don't know, grotesque, because the deep sounds are needed, but it doesn't sound melodious. It sounds very like, who wants to be the person?
I remember, and this kind of tarnishes the distinction of having been a member of the Syracuse freshman baseball team. But I do remember my roommate, who was a very solid player, and he was a catcher with some pro potential. And he told me, he said, "Listen, I talked to the coach. He's keeping all the pitchers, so." Don't even bother like showing that you can hit or anything. You're automatically on the roster if you're one of the pitchers. So that was that. And he did. He kept guys that literally, I mean, we're throwing just nothing but the, what do they call that when you throw that looper in there? We used to be the Folly floater, but now it's called something else. Is it the ephus pitch? What is it? Lubie, where the guy, the right fielder comes in and he throws a ball like 6 feet in the air and drops in there, and it actually ends up getting a couple of strikeouts because people aren't used to it. Anyway, the tuba player probably is in the band because, or you take up the tuba, so you automatically have a spot on the team. Now there's an even divide here, 5-5 out of 10 handicappers in my New York Post, split as to who's going to come out on top versus the point spread in this game. But what was interesting is this guy's analysis on the bet that he's recommending, because it shows you how little people think of the Miami Dolphins right now. They're talking about them being a totally desperate team. They are saying, and this guy's suggesting, how about this, that you take Ray Davis. Ray Davis. I mean, is that no? If it was Ray Davies, was the guy in the Kinks. Ray Davis. Are you familiar with Ray Davis? A backup running back for the Buffalo Bills. Well, we know that Cook is going to get usually the predominant number of carries, but his theory is that they're going to be able to almost rest Cook in this game, coming off a short week, and limit his carries and give more carries to the backup. Because of the fact that it is a short week, and this has been a strategy that's been used by McDermott in the past. He gave a couple of examples of it where Davis got a lot of carries. But the further point that he made was that in all likelihood, this game will be a blowout, Louis. So now you're taking prop bets on backup running backs because of the fact that the Dolphins are abysmal. And he puts it this way, that they have the potential to rest Cook, and that the Miami Dolphins are so desperate and so bad. I mean, they're perceived to be awful, Libby. Do we see them that way, just as an awful team?
Yes.
At this stage?
Yes.
Do they have a couple of cupcake games coming up, so maybe they win?
I guess that's true. I thought they were going to be mediocre. I guess that's true. I thought, look, the way the offense looked, not every team can do that. You just said it. The Saints don't do that. The Panthers don't
have no chance. Yeah.
Like there are teams that don't even do that. So when you can settle in the rhythm and look like that, you should be able to beat teams like that. And those teams are on their schedule. So I thought they'd be mediocre. I thought they'd be a 6 to 7 win team, not what it looks like they're going to be, 2 to 3 win team. That is awful. So true. I agree with you. I didn't see just how awful they'd be until you see them on the field versus somewhat competent teams.
I mean, and McDaniel can't be running around out there like Daffy freaking Duck, can he? I know we were critical. The pants just don't work. By the way, ignore that memo that I sent you from the top brass here at Bleacher Brothers. You're not being canceled because of your comments about any of the political ongoing drama that seems to persist every day. There's like
number one's crazy because he didn't even say anything. Like I was defending Kimmel before I knew because I assumed he just repeated what Kirk had said in life. No, he didn't even do that. He didn't say anything. Like the thing he got in trouble for is literally them just saying we're using this to quiet speech. Like, he didn't say anything. The thing, if you actually listen, and the whole, not just the out of context, whatever people try to pull, if you listen to the whole joke, it's like a minute and a half. He doesn't say anything. Like they've been way
harder. Are they losing money on the show? I mean, CBS claimed they were losing money with the Colbert cancellation.
Yeah,
which seems hard to believe because
he just won another Emmy. That's a lie. It's all a lie.
Yeah.
Both ABC and CBS their parent companies are involved in mergers.
Yes.
And the government, I guess, can halt. I mean, the only time they ever do is when it feels like a monopoly is coming, because a monopoly can quiet speech and you don't want that. And a monopoly can quiet competition and you don't want that. And a monopoly can quiet literally what our financial system is based upon. So you don't want that. That's why monopolies are bad. Literally what's happening now is why monopolies are bad. So the government can stop mergers because it can become a monopoly. They don't stop mergers because they don't like what is being said on the network. Like that's just not.
I mean, it's a comedian, for God's sake. What the hell are we talking about?
And it's Kimmel. He's not even a harsh comedian. Like
no. And he has been critical of the Trumpster, but
yeah, but okay.
You're not allowed to make jokes anymore.
They made fun of Biden every day. Sure. Like, what do? You turn off the TV. You go back to being the president.
That's crazy. They probably would have arrested Von Meter. I don't know if you remember that guy. Von Meter did the impression, and he had a couple of albums out where he was doing the impersonation of John F. Kennedy. Did a pretty good Kennedy. This guy, Matt Friend, better watch out. Have you seen Matt Friend? He's a comedian and an impersonator. He does a good Donald Trump. And
Yeah, that guy's great. That guy does all the guys. He does.
yeah, but he does everybody. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, Mitch McConnell is a classic, but he does actors and actresses. I guess I don't know about actresses, but does a lot of different impersonations. But he's all over social media lately. I've been seeing a lot of the guy, and his Trump is pretty hysterical. But
It's great. He does a good
I think
job.
he ends up in that prison in El Salvador.
He doesn't seem to push it. When he does his impressions, he keeps it friendly and like
Oh,
most
I mean, look, it's not
most
insulting.
people he does impressions of like the impression. Like
Yeah.
he does them really well and he doesn't really push it. Like some people do like that's why we like Caliendo, because Caliendo would push it a little with his impressions. People liked him, you could tell he was making fun of him. Like his impression was clearly like the Madden one when he wouldn't say words, he would just make noises. It was clearly, and Madden took in good fun, but he was making fun of the dude. Like Friends, you are more like paying homage. Like he was trying to get on the scene. He started doing it on TikTok and it caught on because they were really good, but he doesn't push it. He's not mean spirited and
no, he's
he just says what they say. Like, so I don't know. Again, I don't know what happened with Kimmel.
That's what I'm telling you.
What happened with Kimmel was scary as hell. What happened with Kimmel is really scary because if you actually, even whatever he said, he should be able to say it. He said nothing. Like
we don't want to see just one box here on the show.
The thing he said was literally, it just wasn't even bad. It was just harmless. So
yeah,
it's like,
I didn't catch that. All right, we have Gurggles with us for the trivia challenge. Let's bring on Dave here and get this contest going because we want to give some stuff away here on the show. You can dial us up 954 417 0070. I got it, Louis. 954-417-0070. If you want to play the game, we're going to give away a gift certificate either to Texas Roadhouse or Landlubbers, where Lubie will be tonight with his live trivia challenge. Dave Gurggles Gergely joins us here on the show. David, you got the memo now. Be careful about what you say here on the program. We could be
a little known fact.
Yes.
In junior high, Julie Crone played the tuba.
Did she? No, get out of here.
That's true.
That's
Many would have said true.
Who played the tuba? Wasn't it always the fat kid? No?
Generally speaking.
I mean, in your high school there in Allentown, what was the fat kid a tuba player? Or did he play right field also? Maybe he caught, maybe he donned the tools of ignorance.
But right field was famous I thought, for a kid with glasses who picked his nose and looked at airplanes.
Yes,
yes.
Yeah. I didn't know the ball was coming when you hit it to right field. They had to want, hey, Louie, it's coming to you.
Yet in the major leagues, they seem to be the greatest outfielders. Amazing.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, because I think right field is actually a great position to play, but it was always relegated to the guy, mostly because you had a predominantly right-handed lineup. If you're playing softball or something, you stuck the guy out there that, either he's running around on one leg or whatever, but that was always the right fielder. I mean, look at it, Clemente and some of these other guys that had some of the greatest players of all time.
Dave Parker, I think, played right field, didn't he?
Parker was right fielder, yeah. I mean, there have been Dewey Evans, man, for the Boston Red Sox, had a hell of an arm. Unbelievable. My man, Roger Harris, right fielder. He's a good defensive player. All right, we're going to get into a trivia challenge. You can dial us up if you want to play 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. Gurggles, how you been feeling, man? Everything
good? I got my Dolphin shirt on today because I took them in a teaser, actually on the losing side. I teased Buffalo down to 6.
Oh, that's a good move. Yeah. You have a funny feeling they're not going to be. I think they probably. I just can't give up double-digit points in the National Football.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure what approach. And if they're sloppy at the beginning of this ball game and get hammered right out of the chute, it's no disgrace against Buffalo, but that would be 3 games in a row. And everybody, like I mentioned, I got a call, to go on a show yesterday in Louisville, and the first thing they want to know is when is McDaniel getting fired? And I keep contending never. I don't think he'll be fired. In fact, I think he will get another extension after this year, regardless of how few victories they accumulate. Because that's Stephen Ross. If Stephen Ross is running ABC, Jimmy Kimmel doesn't get fired. You know that. He gets he becomes a president of the network. Because you can do no wrong under this guy's leadership, Stephen Ross.
They're talking about bringing back Arsenio Hall.
I would imagine. What? Would he be anxious to make a comeback? Probably not. All right. Dial us up if you want to play. 954-417-0070. 954-417-0070. We're going to come back in a moment with Dave Gurggles Gergely and the Trivia Challenge. That's coming up right around the corner. Now that. It's 8:27. Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in Plantation, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar, and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Are you looking to buy your first home? Have you been turned down for a loan? Do you need to refinance or get money out of your home? Call Michael Kodsey, CEO of Choice Mortgage. He's been helping the South Florida community get mortgages for 30 years.
Hi, this is Michael Kodsey, CEO of Choice Mortgage. We have the most competitive fixed rates in the market. Call me 24/7, 561-441-2730. And remember, I don't just work banking hours. Make the right choice for your home. Call Choice Mortgage today.
Joe Bees. The bees collect the pollen, bring it to Joe, he packages it, and he gets it to you. It's simple, 100% natural, and it's good for you.
There's only one place to get Joe Bees, and that's from me. Joe B.
If you want to look and feel good, call 877-300-5632.
Oh, Solo Volante will be coming late. Oh, Solo Volante. The Belmont's now 1 mile and an 8. The finish line is coming up quick. Luca Panici just switched the stick.
The only way to get your morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
The song, the testament, the tribute to Luca Panici was great. The race didn't work out so well for us. But that was in anticipation of a glorious moment for one of our good friends here on the program, the tremendous, outstanding Hall of Fame caliber jockey, young man from Italy, Luca Panici, whose father was a brilliant rider over in Italy, and Luca gets his share of wins. Every now and then he sneaks in there, Gergs. You always have to watch out for Luca Panici. Very honest.
I would not leave him or the train, we call him Lionel Reyes, out of any of your multiples.
All right. We're ready to go with the game here. Here's the way it works. Gurgle's going to fire off the questions. You can call us up, 954-417-0070. We'll take the top point totals, the top 2 point totals, if we get qualifiers, and put them in the finals and compete for the gift certificate, either to Landlubbers or Texas Roadhouse. So, without further delay, in honor of the Polyman, our esteemed colleague, the Polyman, for many, many years, wish he would make a comeback in the video streaming world. And I keep trying to talk him into it, and the negotiations are kind of going like, what's happening between Zelensky and Putin, but not with the same hostility. Just, I keep trying to talk him into it, Gurggles. I know you're working on him also on the comeback trail, but in honor of the Polyman, here we go. Here's our first set of questions, and Dave Gurggles Gergely.
He is doing a little work for Mr. Mosquito Mister, I think.
That was one of the great sponsors that we had. That was unbelievable.
Easy Baseball. This San Diego announcer, known for his Norm Crosby type of delivery, once said, the Padres won the first game of today's doubleheader and are ahead here in the top of the 5th and hoping for the split. What's that? Jerry Coleman, Gary Coleman, Choo Choo Coleman, or Ronald Coleman?
Could have been a Chooch. He's a scrambler and it lands on Ron. Choo Choo Coleman, great true-false question. True or false that Choo Choo Coleman finished his life out as a chef in a Chinese restaurant?
True.
That is true. Yes. All right. We have Ron. Ron, you're on the trivia challenge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellas. Let's go with A.
Ron, how did the Chronics do last week? You guys didn't win, did you?
No.
Good.
We did not. We came in like fourth.
Good. Okay, just checking. All right. Football, Ron, true or false? Former NFL place kicker Mark Mosley is one of the few athletes who made a great transition into business. He is now the director of franchising for Five Guys Burgers and Fries. True or false?
True.
I'm going to say false.
That is true.
All right.
That is true. Yeah. Doing a heck of a job.
Very nice. 2 for 2, Ron, going for 5.
All right, Ron, baseball. This day in history, back in 1963, the Mets played their final game at Ebbets Field. And of course, they lost 5-1 to who?
Oh.
The Phillies, the Pirates, the Reds, or the Cubs?
Let's go Phillies.
That's
Phillies.
right.
Correct.
Well done.
What was it, Ebbets Field or the Polo Grounds?
Ebbets Field.
Ebbets Field?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, because I remember the Mets playing at the Polo Grounds. So when
Right.
we started out, I didn't even know Ebbets Field was still around at that
Well,
point.
if it was the Polo Grounds, we'll take a point away from Ron. All
No,
right.
he gets it anyway. You got the opponent.
I know. All right, NFL. The last time an NFL game ended with 0 touchdowns, the Rams won 12-6 over what team?
Over whom?
Or whom?
Over whom?
49ers, Seahawks, Raiders, or Patriots?
Patriots.
Patriots.
No, same division, the 49ers, as a matter of fact.
All right, good job, Ron.
Yeah, Ryan, maybe in the finals, my friend.
I decided to shoot flying here with a 5-point total, so total worthy of being in the finals. Lately, outside of Andy and his relentless sweeping of the board, we've been struggling to get those kind of totals. So you can dial us up, 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070, if you'd like to join us here on the phone lines. Now, it's never too soon or often enough that we sing the praises of Perdomo Cigars, Dave Gurggles.
That's it. We're getting ready for the 24th for our Corey for St. Jude's of October. And of course, I'll be out here on one of the par 3s smoking a nice Perdomo cigar. We'll have them available here. We'll be opening shortly. We'll make some announcements. Of course, it's looking terrific. It is in unbelievable shape. And Perdomo Cigars is also in unbelievable shape. 5150 Northwest 167th Street on the Palmetto, just a little bit south of the Palmetto on the south side, east of the Home Depot, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I went in and saw Nick, and again, he's going to be a grandfather again. Nick Jr.'s having a little baby boy who will be Nick the Third.
Did they pass out cigars? I would imagine.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Make them perfect, one at a time. You can't go wrong, whether it's a Lot 23, a 20th anniversary, the Edición de Silvia. They're all first-class cigars. Go see them. Go see our good friend Ron, who's right. He's the concierge right there. Bruce is there now. Ex-police officer, knows everything you want to know about cigars. Whether you're new to it or whether you've been a veteran cigar smoker, put something great in your mouth with a cigar from Perdomo Cigars.
All right, very good. Ready for our next set of questions? Here's Dave.
Okay. NBA. This perennial losing NBA coach on his streak of bad fortune said, you know, the way my teams are going, we could get Wilt Chamberlain in a trade and find out that he's really 2 midgets scotch taped together. What is that? Gene Shue? Gene Rayburn? Gene the Dancing Machine? Or Gene Reynolds?
All right, your handwriting getting a little suspect here.
It got dark.
Yeah, well, the light went out. I
The light went off.
got an automatic light here.
I like
the
that he kept
darkness.
going.
Yes.
I like that he kept going. I give him credit.
It's like John Paul Sartre is directing the
Oh
show
my
here.
God, it's got really dark in there. I'm like, is that mood lighting?
Bruce Willis.
All right, we have Mike. Mike, you're on the trivia challenge. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Let's go with A.
Good morning, Mike.
A is correct. Nice silhouette of Gurggles that we have also. There it is. It came back on.
All right,
All
Mike,
right.
NBA.
True.
Known as the answer during his playing days, Allen Iverson has now lent his voice to the 76ers automated phone line with people call with questions You press 1 for tickets, etc. And he says, you want the answer? I can do it for you. True or false?
True.
True?
No, I made that up.
That was like
Not a little far-fetched.
it feels true.
Can't imagine Iverson coming in there and okay, Alan, you ready? Here's take 4, and doing his phone message. All right, one going for 4 here, and this will move you into second place, Mike.
All right, NFL football. Which team had the most shutouts in one season? The Bears, the Packers, the Raiders, or the Steelers?
Packers.
No.
It was the Iron Curtain, the Steelers, in 1972.
Okay, and now 5-point question will move you
Give him the lead. Yes, give him the lead.
into the lead.
All right, we lost a great actor, obviously, in Robert Redford. Let's do one of his. In the movie The Natural, when Roy Hobbs homered to win the pennant, it came versus what team?
All right.
Was it the Phillies, the Pirates, the Tigers, or the A's?
Tigers.
It was
Incorrect.
the Pirates they beat that night.
All right, Mike pretty much lays an egg there.
Hang around.
So, Ron's in first place with 5. You have a chance to get into the finals if you get in soon. 954-417-0070. 954-417-0070. Mayo doing some fact checking here. This I could vividly remember. It wasn't.
Then it was the Polo Grounds.
Yeah, because I don't remember Ebbets Field being in existence at that point. He says it was demolished in 1960. And, of course, 62 Mets started out at the Polo Grounds, and then they played there for 2 years and moved to Shea Stadium in 1964.
That was the last game at the
That's when I began my illustrious vending career at Shea Stadium, simultaneous with the christening of the new ballpark. Although in New York, you couldn't work night games until you were 16. That was a big thing. Did you have to file to get a job? Did you have to file for working papers? That was a big thing too.
I did. I started at age 16 working in a garment factory owned by a New York company, but in Allentown. Yep. And we did have to do something like that. I remember working in the summer, $1.60 an hour, and getting gross checks for $64, and I thought I was rich.
Yeah. Oh, well, you were at that point in time, because I'll never forget. I made $11.18 my first day on the job. I was working a Jets game, and I was horrified though when I saw the deductions from the tax. I ended up clearing like $9.88 or something. I thought, what the hell is this? They shorted me. But you had everything there. You had city tax, you had state tax, you had federal tax, Social Security, all of this stuff. So I don't feel any guilt whatsoever about taking the few dimes they send me every month here in Social Security, which hopefully will take me out the door in my old age. I don't know if it's going to last long enough. All right, ready for our next set of questions? Here's Dave Gurggles Gergely. This probably be our last player. So good job by the people out there. But we're always looking for new blood. I don't know that we gave you enough opportunity to work in some new blood, but we're ready to go. Our final set of questions.
Football. This comedian on NFL players constantly giving credit to God for their victory quipped, just once, I'd like to hear a player say when being interviewed, yeah, we were in the game until Jesus made me fumble. He hates our team. What's that? Jeff Stilson, Owen Wilson, Willie Wilson, or Wilson Pickett?
I've always wanted
Roll the scrambler.
I wanted them to do that.
This is always good to know. And we have Andy. Last night I called Andy. I asked him if he was in or out. He said, no, I'm home. And I thought, well, he misinterpreted that because in or out only applies to whether he's at Boca West. In there, but he's fine. Andy, how are you, my friend?
He sounds and looks good.
Good. I'm good, Dave. Hey, that AI question was kind of wrong because AI is answering the phones. It's not Allen Iverson. It's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Good point.
Be good if he, answered it with that whole practice rant. That would have been
love it to be Iverson. I wanted to be Iverson so
yeah.
bad.
All right, you have 1 point. You're in the game, Andy.
True or false boxing. Sylvester Stallone recently sold his mansion in Hollywood, California for $58 million to Adele. And on the condition, Adele said that the deal was no deal if he removed the Rocky statue he has by his pool. True or false?
That's true.
58 million sounds like a lot. I say no. I say false.
No, that's true.
True.
He had it up for sale for $112 million, and she said, "I'll buy it for $58, but I must keep the statue by the pool." Why not?
Wow. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
That's
All right.
good.
One going for 4 here, Andy. And that negates yet another sweep. So shows you it's not easy, this game. You always have to, reestablish that you are the man. So here's your 3-point question.
All right, next week, probably one of the greatest competition. Sorry to interrupt you during your show, Andy. All right. Next week, probably one of the greatest competitions going, the Ryder Cup. We want to know who's the oldest player to win a Ryder Cup match.
All right.
What's that? Fred Funk, Raymond Floyd, Christy O'Connor, or Colin Montgomery?
Wow.
I'll go with Raymond Floyd.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done. And you may remember last time Colin Montgomery played at Bethpage Black, they called him Mrs. Doubtfire. The New York fans were wonderful.
Monty is a hell of a commentator, though. I haven't seen him do much commentary. I guess is it relegated to what he does in Europe?
Yeah, probably.
He'd be good as a commentator on any American golf event that's being televised. All right, you have 4 going for 9.
Yep. ABA, Andy, in honor of Lenny. 3 players joined the ABA in its first year, who each had been blackballed from the NBA due to unfound allegations of point shaving. Which of the following was not one of those 3 accused of point shaving in his first year in the league? Spencer Haywood, Doug Moe, Connie Hawkins, or Roger Brown?
Spencer Haywood.
Yeah, he entered as a hardship exemption.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good job, Andy. Nice.
Hang around. You'll be in the finals, my friend.
He takes the lead late on the turn here, and we'll see if he can ride it all the way home. The Perdomo cigars, we can't say enough good things about them.
Yep.
We'll be passing them out, and you're passing them out there on the golf course, which, Gurggles, you're not too far away from the
Oh, yeah,
real.
we're right down the road. We're not really passing them out. We are selling them here. We are a business. But I pass them out when I do my Beat the Broadcaster. Got a couple of them coming up in the near future. And, of course, our Perdomo parlay or teaser of the week is, we told you, we're going to take the Bills -6. We're teasing that. We're going to take the Steelers +4.5. And here's a team I like to win a lot of games this year. We're going to take the Cardinals +7.5 versus the 49ers. So that's a little 3-team teaser. In this case, $40 will get me 96. So it's worth a shot. But Perdomo Cigars is always a sure thing. 5150 Northwest 167th Street. Open today, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Same thing. Weekend, you want to get one? They're a family business. They're closed, but any tobacconist worth their salt would have them. Go online, www.perdomocigars.com. So put something great in your mouth with a cigar from Perdomo Cigars.
What was the number you needed on your Cincinnati Reds bet?
Yeah, I know. 79.5.
Are they like at 78 or something?
They're at 76.
Oh, Jesus. Really?
Right now they're 76 and 76. So I think they've got 10 games to go. I listen to them at night on my phone in bed on Reds Radio in Cincinnati. So they've got a 4-game series with the Cubs.
Okay.
They've got 3 with the Pirates and 3 with the Brewers.
Okay.
So we're rooting for them.
Cubs already clinched a spot. I don't know if they can improve themselves any in the status of wildcard teams. Brewers look like they probably could have clinched the division by then. Maybe you get a couple of soft spots.
I hope so. All I need is 2 wins in one of those series and 1 each in the other, or whatever the case might be. But it was 78.5, and I didn't bet it, and I went to 79.5. So my luck it'll land on 79, but that's okay.
I think you're going to be okay. I don't want to jinx it, but we think you're going to be okay. But we had to sweat it out that year that we had to drive for 75 with the Marlins. And in the final weekend, we had a chance to cover and get the 75th win. But they were on the road playing the Mets, and they ran into DeGrom and Syndergaard when both were playing their game. I think we suffered like 2 extra inning, 1-0 shutouts. And ended up falling short by 1 game in that proposition. And we had a hard, tough campaign. It was fun to follow. It's interesting what you find yourself doing to follow a wager. How are you getting this radio station? Oh, I guess it's
online.
Online, yeah.
Yeah.
Just did Reds broadcast. It comes up an ESPN affiliate in Cincinnati.
Very nice. And remember when you used to have to take the radio and it was under the
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden you'd be getting a game from Boston and then
I could get usually St. Louis and then Boston as well. Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun back then because we were such fans. You couldn't wait to listen to these out of town games. Now it's only out of desperation, of
It
course.
was just tough clipping the clip onto the radiator so you could hear the radio. Remember those days too. Wow.
I think my brother had some wild antenna because he was dabbling in ham radio operation, and he had hung some antenna out the window there, and I think it helped pick up some things with the transistor radio also. All right, ready for the finals here. We have Andy, we have Ron, and Gurggles is going to fire off a question. Call out your name if you want to answer right away. Nobody answers right away. We'll offer multiple choice. First person to call out his name gets first chance. And we go back and forth till we have a winner. Good luck, gentlemen, for the championship of this week's edition of Trivia Challenge.
In honor of the passing of Robert Redford, let's go back to one of his great roles in the movies as well. In the movie The Sting, when the final scene was shot in the bookies joint where they're betting, and the race went off in which Lucky Dan ran second, and Lonigan lost his bet of $200,000 because he failed to listen to the guy say, "I said place Lucky Dan." You could hear the call of that race in the background. What track was that at?
Oh, wow.
Was it Rockingham, Narragansett, Lincoln Downs, or Riverside Park?
Andy.
Andy.
I'll go with Lincoln Downs.
Lincoln Downs. Incorrect. 3 left for Ron.
They were planning to play Lenny's game. Wait to see who would go first. Pretty good, guys. Okay. Was it Rockingham, Narragansett, or Riverside Park?
Let's go Riverside Park.
The guy who knows nothing about horse racing, yes.
You got it?
It was Riverside Park in Kansas City, of course, a fictional track at that time.
Fictional track, yeah.
I said,
That was
place
great.
Lucky Dan.
All right, congratulations, Ron. You're our winner. You're going to get a gift certificate. I guess it would be appropriate to issue him one for Landlubbers, which he probably has a stack of. That may be rivaling, since his passing, Lenny's accumulation of gift certificates here on the show.
And I'll see you, Ron. I'll see you there in, 2 weeks from tonight, is it, or 3?
It's 2 weeks. Next week's Rosh Hashanah, 2 weeks is Yom Kippur. Yep.
For Yom Kippur, and now he will go down in history as the 2 most famous people not to participate in Yom Kippur, Mike Lubie Lubitz and Sandy Koufax.
Sean Green as well. Sean Green also did it.
There you go. All right. Well, Lubie's extremely religious, especially when it comes at a chance to take a night off.
It's not. I believe me, I'd rather work.
All right, Dave. Always a pleasure, man. Good luck on all of your ventures and all of your wagers and everything else that you're going to be involved in the upcoming weekend. Congratulations to Ron for winning this week's edition of the Trivia Challenge. Now, if you want to be a winner from a health standpoint and a well-being standpoint, we want to introduce you once again to our good friend Joe B. It was suggested here on the chat line as we welcome Joe into the program that the winner of the Trivia Challenge, I don't know if we can do this, Joe. I don't want to put you on the spot right on the air here.
You literally
maybe a month's supply of Joe B's as part of the thing, because we want our guys to live longer and feel better. How are you, my friend?
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Jeff, man. Never better. How are you guys this morning?
I'm doing well. I mean, I have my Joe B's right here, and people are raving about it. You've been doing this for a long time. Give us some of the background on exactly. I mean, this is one of the great supplements, all natural. You don't have to worry about all of a sudden you're going to have grouper lips or something because you're taking some supplement that contains ingredients.
100% natural, Jeff.
Yeah. So what's the story behind it?
There's a huge scarcity of nutrients on our regular diets.
Yeah.
I want everybody to feel good, and it's so easy. 2 Joe B's, 100% natural bee pollen. Bee pollen is as pure as the environment which the bees forage in. And the male seeds, I probably explained this the last time, the male seeds stick to the bees' bodies. They carry those seeds back to the hive for food. We trap them at the hive, and then we mill them and we put them in 100% natural vegetable capsules. So it's completely pure as the undriven snow, man. It's the purest stuff in the world. And we make it easy. Folks, I don't make claims, but I have heard so many incredible benefits that have been received from bee pollen. Go online, just look up bee pollen. It's a phenomenal, unbelievable food. The FDA classifies it as food. It's not a man-made supplement of any type.
Yeah.
So this food hopefully fills in those nutritional links that you're missing. And I have heard so many crazy things from folks, but additional energy, boosting the immune system. The folks up north, I'm down here in Florida, but the folks up north have reported, a lot of them, that they have gotten seasonal respiratory infections taking this product. They no longer had them.
Wow.
Folks reported cold sores for 30 years taking the product. They no longer had them. But look, everybody's system is different. I don't know what it will do for you. Give it a try, man. Like my grandmother said, it couldn't hurt.
No.
24 hours, 877-300-5632. 877-300-5632 for the sports fans. 877-300 Chip Banks, Jimmy Brown.
Now this is great too, because you must be fueled by your own desire to lose money, because the offer that you have here on the show and in general is phenomenal. It's like 6 months for $99, and you get a 7th month for free.
Defo, you got it right on the nose, brother. And I'll tell you what, that it comes out to about 40 cents a day.
That's pretty incredible.
It is so worth it. Hey man, I'm 69 years old.
Oh, geez.
And I feel unbelievable.
You look
I've been taking B-Palm for 20 years. I work out. I do everything. I have a very, very busy schedule. I have grandchildren. I'm telling you, Joe B's is a very unique experience. And that's an exclusive offer. And lastly, I guarantee it forever, for life. If you don't love my product, I give you your money back. No questions asked. No questions asked. So you got nothing to lose.
That's an amazing vote of confidence on your part, because you know how people are here in South Florida. Some of these schleppers that are stealing sweet and low out of various diners and places. I mean, they're gonna go for almost 7 months, like 6 months and 29 days, and then call you and say, "Hey, I only have 2 of these left. I'm going to return them to you. I want my money back." But for every one of those,
you know what? They'll get their money back.
That's amazing.
I got to tell you something. You're wasting your money if you don't take it daily. This product must be taken daily.
Right.
You must be able to regiment and take it daily. Otherwise, don't bother. You take it daily, you build those residuals in your system.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, and you explain it very well here. You have the website, joebees.com. And you're getting vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, proteins, everything that you possibly need to help boost your body to a point where it can take care of itself. That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Never mind taking all these weird shots and the chemicals. I sound like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here, but you ought to turn him on to this. Let him be an advocate. It would be the only good thing that he was talking about. That'd be
I'm
great.
sure he loves them. Are you kidding?
I'm not sure
endorsed by Bobby Jr.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing he'd be in favor of that made sense. All right, Joe, well, once again, people, joebees.com or 877-300-5632. 2 of these capsules every day. You're going to feel great. There are different
get your money back. You don't feel great, get your money back.
Get your money back. And I know people, our good friend Peter Leonard says he's had like 2 colds in 30 years that he's been taking this product. Pretty
what a
incredible.
Great guy Peter is, too.
Yeah.
Man.
So that whole thing about the immune system definitely has a lot of merit to it. Joe, thanks for joining us here on the program.
I want to thank you both for your efforts on trying to help people feel better. That's all.
Yeah.
You're helping people every day. You get up and you get on the air and you suggest Joe B's. You are helping them to feel better. And we all thank you for that.
Nice. You know how people are, though. I mean, you offer them something that is essential and good, and they turn on you. But in this case, a lot of favorable reviews here, Joe B's. Thanks so much for being a part of the program.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
it.
You
Joe B's.
Thank you.
See, I really can't help but advocate this enough because it's all natural.
I like all natural. I like the idea that, and again,
all natural.
All these things that they're pushing for, they're all natural. Yeah. You find out they're not.
No, you read the label and you're like, what the hell?
This is.
Monosodium glutamate is like the least damaging
natural,
of the words that you can't pronounce, which you also can't read because they make the print so prohibitively small.
Bee pollen is like one of those things, like, what are they, shark stuff? Like, there's a reason, like, we need bees really badly, even though there's like a I don't know about a dearth, but there's definitely a lessening of bees around the world, and we need them. They're huge for just keeping the world going, but bee pollen is like really good for you. Like it's well known, and this product, I love it. I'm not doing it, but I love it, and I would definitely get involved in it. I like the idea of all natural scares me because I just don't trust when people say that.
Yeah,
this is, and Joe stands
for real deal. Joe's a great guy.
Well, he takes it himself. Look, if someone's willing to take it themselves, then that to me is all I need.
The only claim, I'm hoping it brings your handicapping in a sharper focus, Lubie. All right, so final word on this. What we have is tonight the night that Mike McDaniel puts 1 foot further in the obituary column in terms of his head coaching career. I don't believe he will be fired during the course of the season unless the Dolphins are like 0-12. What do you think? You believe that Ross is going to make this move, but who was the guy? Carl Peterson, was that the guy that was always advising him in the beginning? He seems to have disappeared. The guy that used to be, I think.
He was older.
President of the Eagles. He had some success in the USFL.
With the Chiefs, he was great with the Chiefs. Chiefs with Marty Schottenheimer. He was fantastic. Right. But yes, he was.
But I don't know. Is he still alive? That guy, dead or alive?
I think he's alive, but he's not involved in anything. He hasn't been involved in anything in a long time.
So who's got Ross's ear in terms of
no idea
what move he's going to make? Now, the guy seems to be a reasonably decent guy, and maybe that's his problem. He's too nice of a guy. Because, look, it's hard to not like Mike McDaniel from a personal standpoint.
He seems fine.
Seems like a really good human being, doesn't he? Says a lot of interesting things, although he is he's morphing into Yogi Berra in these post-game press conferences. I'm expecting him one day to get up there and just say, hey, when you get to the fork in the road, take it. Like, what are you talking about, Michael? He seems lost. And that's not lost on the rest of the country. Everybody is anticipating that this door is going to close, and maybe even after tonight's ball game. I don't think tonight's game is going to be enough. No. And I'm going to go ahead. I should just gargle with this whole bottle to try and get some clarity. And I don't know. 12 points, Lubie?
It's a lot in the NFL.
But get clobbered? I mean, should we just stay away from sides from now on?
They've struggled with the Bills as it is. Their defense. Now, again, the news that Ed Oliver and Matt Milano aren't playing is huge.
Yeah.
And the front and the back end, they already a struggling defense. Those are the two guys that are actually making plays for them. So this may help the Dolphins offense even more. But the problem is the Dolphins defense against their offense. And
Baltimore put up 40 on the Bills.
Yeah,
the Jets were inept in their ball game, but the Jets don't have a team that you're expecting to perform as consistently and as well as they did in week number 1 when they ultimately lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who subsequently turned around and got shellacked themselves.
Yeah.
So what did that mean in terms of where the Jets were at? That they put up a lot of points on the Steelers, had them by the jugular, and ultimately lost the ball game? I don't know that it meant that they were ready to go out there and perform well against the Buffalo Bills. We shall see. Will you be watching? Oh, yeah, you'll be at Landlubbers tonight. Will be watching this ball game.
We're done before the game starts. We'll be like the pregame. I'll watch this.
Now, will you stick around and watch the first quarter or something?
I don't watch that in public. I will watch as much as my stomach will allow.
No, I don't get upset about these things anymore.
I know you don't. I do. It's still I'm let's say fair to a point with the Dolphins at this point, but I still can't watch when they're getting drubbed. Like it hurts.
Well, and possibly I was dead wrong about this because we know this is a town without pity when it comes to sports fans. And I always felt, and Lubie, now it can be told, it was advantageous to root for the local teams to lose every game in terms of stimulating activity on sports talk radio. Because who mostly came through on the phone lines was the people that were just absolute radically charged about this guy's got to go, that guy's got to go. The medium really appealed and opened itself to people that thought like you did back in the day before you were doing it.
Yes.
But then Dave Hyde pointed this out to me, and I believe it to be true, and especially so when you look at a team like the Florida Panthers, where they get zero attention when they were just average. Zero. Yep. It wasn't like people were calling in, and we had that one guy, Mike the Goldie Hater, would call in and be critical of things, and we thought he was a little extreme, but nonetheless, he made some points that you had to consider. And sure enough, much of what he said turned out to be true. But he was the only guy that was calling about it because nobody else gave a flying one. The team wasn't doing enough to make you care about them. And in this town, we don't have those kind of long-term loyalties or just the built-in factor that I mean, is Luka Lubitz going to be a Dolphin fan?
Oh, yes, it's stupid that I'm going to do that to him. I shouldn't do that to him, but yes, my dad did it to me, so I'm going to do it to him.
My parents didn't know anything about sports, so I was able to form my own allegiances, which I naturally had local ties with a lot of them. But you had to even make a decision there in New York because you had two teams in virtually every sport. So that was a whole different thing. But I had my allegiances formulated, and I usually wanted to go avant-garde a little bit. So while I was a longtime Yankee fan when they were the only team in town, as soon as the Mets came around, I became a diehard Met fan, and I didn't care that they were losing every game under Casey Stengel. It was fun. That kind of thing doesn't exist here in South Florida. And you can't expect a team to be a losing franchise for 25 years. I mean, think about that. The longest run, that's the most startling thing that anybody could say about this Dolphin franchise, that they are the longest running team without a playoff victory in the NFL. I mean, there are some god-awful franchises in the NFL.
100%. And
poorly run by bigots and racists and all kinds of crazy people that had gone unquestioned in terms of their values, ethics, and desire to put a winning franchise out there because, look, nobody wanted to choke the cash cow, and the owners were virtually untouchable, were they not? Look what it took to get rid of Donald Sterling. I mean, the only time they actually reacted to the fact that this guy was a known racist bastard was when they started covering up the advertising signs. Then all of a sudden, Adam Silver stepped in. Oh, no, we can't have this.
Yeah.
Starts waving it off. Who's V. Stiviano anyway? All right, we have to get out of here. It was a lot of fun being with you all morning long. From Mike Lubie Lubitz, I'm Jeff DeForest. We have the professor coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll get into some college football plays. I'm thinking a professor. I know he's not a big Gator backer, and he's not a big fan of Napier. He also is aware that you always have to filter in the Cristobal factor into your gambling equations. But I'm thinking, is he also thinking the Canes are going to hammer the Gators?
I would think under 10.
How is that line under 9.5?
A lot of Gators are sending it in. I guess I don't know the SEC bias. I don't know. Again, there's a lot of things I could see why they would try to explain it away, but in reality, I don't see them holding the score back. Like I mean, the Canes have more talent.
Wouldn't you want to pour it on? Cristobal doesn't do this because he usually goes conservative once he gets a lead in a game.
Yes.
But wouldn't you want to pour it on? If you ever wanted to pour it on the Gators, I mean,
100%.
stomp them into the ground while they're here in South Florida and send their fans home just whimpering and crying and hoping to dig up Charlie Pell or something. Get back into an era where they were on top. Did they bring back Urban Meyer? What do they do?
I don't know what they do. It's going to be interesting. I mean, they'll probably get rid of Napier before anyone else gets rid of it. Well, I guess two coaches are already gone, BT and UCLA, but they'll be a bigger job than those two. You would think they would get rid of him before the end of the year so that they get a head start with recruiting and stuff. I don't know who they bring in. I have no idea. I really don't at this point.
All right. Sounds good. I'm still trying to, my walk of life yesterday, I must have run into like 20 guys with leaf blowers. What is the purpose of the leaf blower except to scatter the leaves into another area where somebody has to use a leaf blower to blow them back?
You're supposed to.
What does that thing do, Lubie? It does nothing. And no one can devise a muffler for it all of these years?
It's always loud. Yeah, it's always really loud. I don't know why I don't have to be so loud, but you're supposed to put it into a pile. Like over here, they put it into a pile and then they put it in garbage bags. You're not supposed to just.
They just spray it in the street here.
Yeah, that's stupid then.
There's a guy behind the bushes and he's blowing these leaves back into the sidewalk in the street, and then nobody ever is accountable for cleaning them up. That's where they stay.
Yeah, that's weird. That's stupid then. Here they'll actually put it into a pile and then put the pile in garbage bags and then.
Oh, all right. That makes some sense. You must have much better city ordinances there.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's a neighborhood.
Well, what's the official town you're in? Is it Margate?
Coral Springs. No, I'm in Coral Springs.
Coral Springs. Okay.
Yeah. They're very strict about stuff here. Yes.
Yeah, very highfalutin address there. Would be very nice. All right, we have to get out of here. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to Dave Gurggles Gergely for joining us, the professor, tomorrow with a big board and a whole bunch of other things. We'll have a reaction. Of course, your reaction could be Godfrey Lovejoy back on the show.
We may, yes. That's true. We did. That may be he. I didn't think about that. He
was a little worried about political correctness and
correctness, but also in his contract, it does not afford two episodes in 1 week. So he could just assume they were going to lose to the Bills and was already ready for that That rant.
He can
So he
hammer
was not doing Monday. Yeah.
for both games. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Lubie. Always a pleasure. We'll see you later on. Thanks so much for being with us, everybody. I'll catch you tomorrow in the next edition of the program as we leave you know that.
The time.
It's 9:07.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.